what I'm talking about, babe. Yeah. Now it's time for me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I don't know, Lord, I hope y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna call it a story time or if I'm gonna be bringing, it's gonna be some story times in here. But if you clicked on the video, then you want to see this. So I'm trying to change it up a little bit, you know, give y'all a little bit of different content, but the same, still gonna be story time, still gonna be stuff going on that has happened to me. But yes, in this one, oh, before I do all that, y'all like the video, comment, no, I already said that, right? Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't gotten your drink, gotten your snack, gotten your herbal essence, you need to go on and get that. And we're gonna come back and jump right into this video.
Period.
In this video, I'm gonna talk about all the womanizer men that I have encountered or dated or been in a relationship, situationship, or even had affair with, because I've cheated before. So we just gonna keep it 1,000. Ain't no, because ain't nobody perfect. Everybody has their issues, their flaws, and yes, I was a cheater and I've been cheated on, so I can speak from both sides of the scale. But anyway, I don't live my life like that anymore, but I did do that and did get caught too. My leg is killing me. I don't know if I'm gonna make this like a series or if I'm gonna just make like a video and just put on it some dating quotes or something. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I don't know. But I think I want to make it a series because I have other videos that's gonna connect to certain stuff in this field. This stuff that I'm talking about has happened to me prior to me being married. This is not current stuff now because I've been in my relationship for a while now. So, but I did have some stuff happen prior to my relationship, and maybe I'll talk about that. Okay, so yeah, let me talk about that because this has got to do with womanizers. A womanizer, if I find the definition, I will put it across the screen somewhere here. But basically, my take on a womanizer is a man who has several women, and he knows how to talk, that charm and that charisma and that game. He gonna spit where he gonna have you, and you all at the same time. He gonna manipulate y'all. He gonna play with your head. He gonna tell you what you want to hear and not do anything of those, none of the sort. He just gonna manipulate you. He gonna hypnotize you with them words in that mouth and whatever else he do on top of that. If he's doing, I mean, I'm sure he's sleeping with all of y'all too, because that was my take. I mean, I feel like I've had more men like that than I've had men that were just completely solid with just me. I'm gonna tell y'all about this current person that I had dealt with briefly before I even got in my relationship with my boyfriend. So this is, and he just one. I might tell y'all a couple others, but this is just one. Now, I told y'all how old I am, right? When I met this guy, I was 36 when I met this guy. I was 36. I met him in the summer of 2020. I met him in the summer, maybe like July-ish, June. This was around the time when I was still on that little day nap shit. If you haven't watched that video, you need to watch that video. And I got off the day nap because I was just like, okay, so the reason why I had did all of this was because I was naturally bored and I wanted to go on dates. I kept telling my friends, I'm like, I want to go on dates. I want to get dressed up. I want to be nice. I want to look nice. I want to be like, I want to go out, but I don't want to go out with just girls. I want to go out with a guy. So I'm like, I'm going to just date a bunch of people. So when I met this guy, I was talking to probably like 6 men at the same time. Now, when I was talking to all of them, I was trying to figure out like, how was I going to date all of them? Because I'm not a person that dates. Like, I don't date multiples, if that makes sense. I feel like my attention can only be put on one because I feel like I want to know them. I put all of my energy, everything into them. So was like, okay, this is the first time I've been single in like, God knows how long. Cause I was in my marriage, I was married and I was with my husband for a very long time. We lived, I think a collective, we was together in the same house, same household, same everything for 13 years. So for them 13 years, I could not, of course, be with nobody else. So this was like fresh new territory for me. So I was bored and I was like, okay, I just want to see what's going on because I don't really know. Like I'm out here trying to figure it out. So I started talking to, like, I was talking to a few guys and some of them was cool. They all was like, oh, they single. And I asked them why they single, da 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 da. So this one person, I'm gonna tell y'all about each one later, not now. But this one, he was younger than me. And I did tell y'all in my dating app story that the one in that video was young too. But for some reason, I was getting a lot of young guys, like 25, 26, 27, 29. I was like, they young. I'm 36. I don't know if I want them that young like that. So, like, I got a lot going on. So, okay, I need the 25-year-old. And I met him and we met in person. We met at like it was like a club party, pool type thing. We met, he seen me, he came up to me. Well, he came up to where I was and he just told me, can he sit and talk to me? He's like, I seen you when you walked in. He's like, you can fly, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. He was like, I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on. So I'm like, he cute. Like, yeah, come. You can sit. So I'm like, yeah, he sat and we talked from 1 o'clock to 7 p.m. We was talking to each other. And then he told me, he was 25. And I was like, damn, he young. But I don't want him like that. But hey, he young. So I'm like, okay. So then let me tell y'all the thing about me. I noticed a lot of things. And the first thing that I noticed when I was talking to him, because he's sitting on this side of me. And I'm sitting and I'm talking to him, you looking, talking, whatever. And we talking. And as we talking, we drinking. And we drank and talked and did all this for that long. So we talking. And he had a hickey on his neck. I ain't yours, so I don't really care. But I was just like, dang, he bold. So I ain't say nothing about it. I was because I'm one of the people that's weird. Like, I'll touch it and be like, hey, you got bit. Like, just be like, you already know that ain't nothing about to happen over here, sir, because you got stuff going on. But I ain't even do it. I was just talking to him or whatever. And then he had like some girls that was, I guess he kept saying it was his home girls or whatever. They was cool too. They wasn't even like, none of them was like on some weird stuff and then like that. They was all cool. They was coming to me. They was talking to me. We had took shots together. It was cool. But he was just like telling me like, because he was just like, we should go out. We should like hang out, da da da. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, that's fine. It's whatever. So as time had went on, like that day we were supposed to go out that night because we was like from 1 to 7 we was together. And then he was like, let's go out later on tonight. Let's go out. And I'm like, okay. But we never did because I couldn't, I don't know. I got dressed, I got ready, and I was gonna go. And then he was FaceTiming me and everything. He was like, I'm gonna send you an Uber and da da da. And I was just like, do I want him to know where I'm at? I was thinking about all that stuff because I'm like, people crazy. Like, I was thinking about all this stuff. Like, do I want him to know where I'm at? He seemed cool. He don't seem crazy. But at the same time, I don't know. I didn't get the energy, the vibe. But anyway, so okay, time had went on, whatever. We ended up going somewhere out. And then we was cool. He was cool. Everything was cool. Everything was fine. We had a good time, whatever. We never did nothing, never talked, we never did anything. Wanted to do something, yes. Never did nothing. He made it known. I like that type of stuff. But it just didn't happen. And I'm glad it didn't happen because let me tell y'all this. I didn't talk to him I used to talk to him a lot. And then I had ended up meeting the person I'm with now. And the person I'm with now had told me, because I told you I had a couple of guys or whatever. And he was just like, once he told me like he want to be with me serious, and I didn't know if that's what I wanted before I met him. Before I met him, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just be out here, I'm gonna just date. That's why I was talking to a bunch of guys, because I was like, I don't want to be with nobody serious or whatever. But then when I met the person I'm with now, my current boyfriend, and he was just like, I want to be with you serious. I don't want nothing. I don't want you dating nobody else. I don't know. So I was just like, okay. So I let the dude know that, I met somebody and I'm finna be in a relationship and serious and da-da-da. So broke that off. But as time had went on, I had ended up seeing him again. But this time I saw him with a baby. So the baby was probably like a newborn, maybe like 3 months, 4 months. So I'm just like, so I talked to him or whatever, and I'm like, you had a baby? And he was like, yeah, I was gonna tell you, but he was like, we wasn't serious or anything like that. So he's like, I didn't feel like it was necessary that I need to tell you. But he was like, yeah, she was pregnant or whatever. When I had met you, she was already pregnant, but I didn't want to say nothing. And I was like, dang. So I'm like, how is that gonna work? What if I, liked you like that or whatever? Like, these are the games that, maybe that's what I'm gonna call this video, the games that they be playing, guys play or whatever. And I'm like, why you just didn't say that? And he's just like, well, I was trying to get to know you. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I didn't know. But he was like, I just didn't feel like, and then he said, then when you had broke it off, he was just like, I didn't feel like I ain't need to say nothing. So I didn't. I was just like, that's so fucking weird. But I wasn't mad about it. I just was like, that's so fucking, like, that's weird. This is the type of stuff that I gotta do. And then I was just like, he had the hickey on us, so maybe that was who gave it to him. But then again, I don't know, because I don't know. I didn't even, so I was like, okay, but you was going out and doing all of this stuff, and he was like, we not together. She just had, and he said, we ain't together. And I know they ain't together, because I used to see his stuff, like social media stuff, before I had took it all off, because I felt like I don't need to be associated with nobody, especially if I was dealing with them or liking them or anything. I didn't want to be like, oh, I still got connections to them or whatever. So once I had gotten to the relationship, I just cut it all off. But I had seen him. That's how I seen the baby. And then I just went up to him and I was like, hey, nobody was with him, just him and the baby. So I'm like, who baby? He was like, this is my baby. I'm like, oh, you got a baby? Da, da, da. But let me tell you about this other one. So the other one, he was playing all the little games. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna go there. But at the end of it all, I already knew that that's not what it was with him. This other one, I was like, this is the same time. Like, this is one of the few that at the same time when I met this one. But this one was older. He was closer to my age. He was probably like 34, no, 35. He was 34. So, but the thing with him was, every time I would ask him something, like he would be, if I asked him the question, he would answer truthfully. But if I didn't ask him, he didn't tell me. So he felt like, if you didn't ask me, it just is what it is. And I was just like, what? So he used to be like, we can kick it, do whatever we do. But he was just like, because I told him too, I'm like, I don't want to be in nothing. I just didn't see it with him. So I'm like, I don't want to be in no relationship. I'm like, we just could go out and hang out. Because like I said, I wanted to go out on dates. I wanted to be in the presence of a man. I wanted men attention. I wanted attention from a guy. Like, I didn't want attention from girls. I want male attention. Like, I like men to be like, oh, you look good. Whoever I'm with, like, you smell good. He hugged me. He's smelling on me. He like my hair. He like my nails. Like, I like all of that. Like, I like when men be like, you look good. Fine. You got a fat ass. Like, all that. Like, I like all of that. I like that. So I'm like, okay. So he was giving me some of that, but then he would be lying. Like I even told him, I'm like, you can do whatever you want. You can talk to whoever you want. I don't care because I'm gonna talk to whoever I want. I'm not your girlfriend. You can do what you want to do. But he was so sneaky. Like he would take his phone. Like I remember one time we was in the car. And I don't know if he was trying to test me or something. That's stupid though, but I know women probably would take advantage of this, but I did not care because I'm like, this is not for me. He's not for me. But we was in the car, in his car, and he left his cell phone on like the console of the car, and the phone was ringing with a girl name on it or whatever, and then it was connected to the car, but he had went and ran inside the store and came back, So we come back, and I ain't say nothing. I ain't say phone ring. I ain't say nothing. He took the phone. You know how the phone be? And he looked at the phone, and he just looked, and then he put the phone back down. And he's like, hey, my phone rang? I said, yeah. He was like, oh, okay, you seen who it was? I said, it came on the screen, yeah. I ain't answer it because what am I answering your phone for? He was like, oh, okay. He was like, oh, that's just my love, that's my friend, that's my partner, whatever, like that type of stuff. And I'm like, I don't really care who it is. So then we go down, a few weeks later, whatever, and we out. Me and him, we chilling. The phone ringing, the phone going crazy. Then all of a sudden he getting all these text messages. He getting these, books, texts. And then he turned the phone and he just was like, he started asking me questions like, if this happened, what would you say about this, that, and the other? And I was just like, I told him, and I'm like, why are you asking that? And he's like, no reason. And then he texts on the phone, and I'm like, why you ask? Like, cause I'm an investigator, so I'm like asking him like, what's going on with you? You can tell me, cause I'm like, if you doing whatever, it's fine. He was just like, I try to be honest with the women, like you cool, I'm talking to other people or whatever, and you don't have an issue with it. And I'm like, no, I don't, because I know that we ain't together like that. And then he was like, yeah, but he's like, I tell a girl, I tell her I'm honest with her, do this with her, tell her, and I told her I'm with somebody, and she asking me, is it a girl, a woman, you with another woman? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, I'm busy, I'm gonna hit you later. And then she was just like, you ain't gonna hit me, she gonna stay, da da da, I ain't gonna hear from you till the next day, da da da, like going through. And I understand. And I'm like, well, if you sleeping with her and you giving her that attention and you doing all of this stuff, I said, naturally she gonna think she entitled to whatever. So then he was just like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to cut her off. I said, yeah, you need to do something. I'm like, she know where you stay at? He was like, nah. He was like, I knew where he stayed at. But he was just like, because you cool. You ain't even gave me none of them crazy vibes. And I'm like, yeah, because I ain't trying to be in a relationship either. So, I'm cool with it. And whatever you want to do, I'm cool. I ain't trying to be in a relationship. I'm just, I liked his attention. I liked him. He was cool. He was a cool person, whatever. But he has so many women. One day I was standing like not directly behind him, but like I was coming up behind him, and that boy had so many, like he was flipping through one tread, and it was a girl, and like this girl this was a whole different girl, so much. So at the end of it all, I seen that too. And I used to tell him, man, I just seen you, like I'm with you, you talking to her, you gotta understand. I said, you two spread too thin for me. I'm like, you spread too thin for me, I can't do it. I say, I don't mind dating multiple people, but I'm like, when I'm with you, my phone is not, I'm not dealing with my phone. Like if a guy hit me, I'll talk to him later. I'm not gonna be entertaining the guy and I'm with you. Plus guys don't even like when you do that. They'll check your ass for that shit. So I'm like, well, the guys I dealt with would. They wouldn't check me, but I know they would. They would tell me, like, put your phone up. Like, why you got your phone out? Why you doing it? Like, we take pictures, but you put your phone up. So, I'm cool, okay, I want you. You want my attention, I'm going to give it to you. But for you to just be, like, so, consumed with that, I'm like, it's too many women, too much, I can't do it. Like, everybody your homegirl, everybody your friend, everybody this. Like, I can't. I'm like, why do I keep attracting these type of dudes? Like, why? But anyway, I ended up not talking to him no more either. He was one of the people I was like, I can't talk to you no more because I found somebody. I'm in a relationship. Blah, blah. He was like, you in a relationship? I thought you didn't want to be in a relationship. I'm like, I found somebody that I want to be in a relationship with. He want to do the same thing I want. So I'm like, I ain't gonna be with you no more. Like, I can't talk to you no more. I can't, don't, like, it's over, that's dead. The situation dead. So I ain't never talked to him ever again. And I don't ever think I would want to because he probably got too much going on for me. But I'm gonna tell y'all more about them because I have others, but I'm gonna make this a series. So this is the first, these few, and I'll tell y'all about some other ones because the other ones, man, I want to tell y'all this story. My friend was like, don't tell it yet. I have receipts. I was supposed, I'm going to just say this. This person, he wanted me to be his last before he got married. So he wanted to, before he got married. And this is in that time where I was in the summer of 2020. This is when this happened. And he was pressing me hard, like pressing me hard. And he was one of the manipulators, but you can't manipulate somebody who be on that type of time too. Like, I'm not saying I'm a manipulator, but I do know how to manipulate, if you know what I'm saying. But it didn't work. But he tried, and I'm gonna tell y'all the story, but I have receipts, and I was just gonna drop the receipts and let y'all just read it. Just read it. And he got married, and y'all know what happened after that. I might tell y'all that story, but I'm still, my friend was like, you need to get a Patreon if you tell that one, because, baby, I got about, the text thread is threading. That's all I'm going to say. But with that said, y'all, if you like the story, you like the video, leave a comment down below and let me know your experiences. Let me know if y'all had any issues with men that are womanizers or that cheat or that have multiple women and, you know, they don't know how to juggle all them women. Let me know. And then, yeah, we're going to get in the comments and we're going to talk. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for sticking with me in my journey. We growing over here. We striving for greatness, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye.